Ladies and gentlemen, start cheering! Start clapping, everybody! Please welcome to the stage for tonight, Marco Hello, Milano! How are you? Are you good? Wow, so much energy! How are you? Good? Yeah, you're good. Guys, give me a cheer if you've been here before.
Yo!
Three people. That's how good this show is. First time here? Give me a cheer if it's your first time here. Wow, welcome. Any English people here? English people? One drunk person. Chris. Two Americans? Italians? Italians, what did you do to the Americans? Did you kill them all? Yeah? That's strange. But my name is Marco. As you can hear from my accent, I'm from Scotland. Is my English not good enough? No, of course, I'm from Italy. But I'm from Bari, so I'm still an immigrant here, you know. I've been living in London for 8 years now, guys. 8 years. And my parents pushed me to live in London. They were, you know what, you should just go to London, you will find a job, you will try new things, new experiences. So I did, I went to London. I found a job, I was washing dishes in a restaurant, which was great, as we all do there. Raining every day, shit food, so new things, new experiences, thanks mom and dad, it was great. And then what happened in England? Brexit, right? Right? Yeah, well, if I say that in England, people will go like, ooh. In Italy, nobody gives a shit. Thanks, Italians. So Brexit, so I was like, as soon as I heard about Brexit, I started to look for an English girlfriend, you know? Then I looked at them, and I changed my mind. So I was like, you know, I should go to America. What happened in America? Fucking Trump. I was like, okay, let's maybe go back to Italy. What happened to Italy? Fedez. It's just all crap. But guys, you have a great night ahead. Are you ready for this? Are you actually ready for this, Milano? You are? Yeah? You are? This is what's gonna happen. Usually here we have like 300 people. It's probably like 60 people in here, so I want you to clap your hands like there were 300 people in the room. Can you do that for me? Shall we try? That's what we're gonna do. Every time I raise the mic, you're gonna go crazy like there is thousands of people in here. Shall we try that again? Let's try it. Good. That's good. So we're gonna have 3 comedians in the first half, 3 comedians in the second half, a break of 10 minutes so you can get drunk at the bar. Is that good? All good for you? Are you ready for the first comedian of the night, yeah?
Good evening, yes, my name is Luca, yes, I'm Italian. Yeah, it's not that impressive when you're in Italy, but in London they like it, because I live in London. Yeah, living the dream. Marco mentioned Brexit, it wasn't even a thing when I moved to London, and then yeah, they made it. It's bad, it's boring. It's like an extended version of Titanic when it takes them 3 years to hit the iceberg. And they managed to hit the iceberg eventually. And then it's a long story, so Jack and Rose, you know, he can finish the painting, he can add color and frame it, and she gets pregnant. It's a long story, and then they die. At this Jack. Who knows? But I love London, it's beautiful, I don't know, it's a beautiful city, huge compared to Milan. Milan looks like a small town. If you go to London, wow, it's crazy. Everyone walks fast in the streets, like if someone is chasing them. Sometimes someone is chasing them to stop them and steal their wallet. And that's scary, because in Italy we have a much better organized crime. I don't want to brag, but we don't know how to take your wallet. I was in Milan 2 months ago on a bus. Someone wanted my wallet, and they took my wallet in such a beautiful way. no need to kill me. I didn't even notice. They must have done some warm-up for his fingers. I appreciate it. I mean, it's nice. We should teach them something. We have violent crimes, as we all know, especially Italian men, not myself, not the gentleman in the room, but, you know, some Italian men, they have issues in dealing with rejection, and they tended to kill their wife or their girlfriend, their ex-wife. Being an Italian ex-wife is dangerous, more dangerous than smoking. And every week on the newspaper, you read those bad stories, like, oh, this guy, he was left by his wife, and so he killed his wife, and all of his kids, and his mother-in-law, and then he tried to kill himself. Oh, what do you mean you tried? You just successfully practiced murder on quite a few people. You should be a pro by now, just to try harder. I don't get it, and it's weird. But you know, I love London, I'm a hypochondriac, I don't smoke, I breathe air in North London, so it's just a matter of time. But, you know, any smoker in the room? Yeah. Oh, you're my, if you smoke, I love you because you're brave. Because they try to scare you with those pictures on the packaging of cigarettes, like the guy with a hole in his neck. It is so uncomfortable to smoke through a hole in your neck. I respect the guy, he's my hero. And my favorite picture is the smoker's lungs. Have you seen that? There's a pair of brownish lungs. Now, I'm not a doctor, but the guy who had these lungs is not with us tonight. Especially if you compare those lungs with the white, fresh lungs of the non-smoking guy, who must be dead. Because I can see his white, fresh lung outside his body. So, what's the message? What happened to the guy who didn't smoke? I mean, someone was chasing him in London? They never tell you the whole story. I don't know. I try to be healthy. I drink green tea every morning. It's so healthy. Have you tried? If you haven't tried, it's like licking grass. Licking hot, wet grass. That's the feeling. But, you know, it's healthy. They also have, there's a British food, very healthy, if you don't know, porridge. Some of you have tried it. I know, because in Italy, we feed porridge to the horses. And then we eat the horses. I know, it's cruel but tasty. In the UK, they remove the horse from the equation and they're left with porridge. So, which is okay. I mean, it's cheap, it's healthy, it lowers my cholesterol, takes my happiness away. Why don't they write on packaging something like allergy advice? It contains oats and sadness. You know, just to help you. And I feel now we are friends, so I can tell you my little secret. I'm Catholic. Yeah! Going to church every Sunday. I'm going to heaven one day. No, not now. But when I was little, they told me, if you want to go to heaven, you have to be Catholic. And I don't know, now it seems that they have changed terms and conditions. And so, apparently last time I checked, if you want to go to heaven, you just have to be a decent person. Which is hard if you're a Catholic. But I still try. I like a challenge. You know, I like, because when you're religious, you're never alone. Because there is God somewhere over the rainbow. And he has a plan for you. What's the plan? We don't know. It's a mysterious plan. Sometimes God changes his mind. He gave me blonde hair and he took it off. Why? I don't know. He knows. You're gonna ask him later. Like, his son, long hair, and me? That's okay. That's okay. No problem. That's fine. You know, and because I'm so Catholic. Going to church every Sunday, what happens when you're little? If you keep going to church, and if you study Greek and Latin, like I did, my brain suggested me you should study English. I thought, nah, Latin and Greek. And so I was very popular, like a virgin, and no friends. And when you stay in church for too long, at some point the priest notices you. Not necessarily in a bad way, but they think you belong to them. They think, oh, this is a priest, he doesn't know yet, but you know, let's help him to come out as a priest. So every Sunday after Mass, they would talk to me, say, oh, Luca, what are your friends? Friends exactly. Why don't you become a priest? I don't know, I didn't like the idea because, you know, if you become a priest, you shouldn't have sex, and I think I like one day maybe to have sex. And so I said, no, and it's a good job, I mean, it's a safe job, but not that great. And one day in my church we had a visit from the cardinal. Oh, I mean, it was a German car, Audi 6. That's something. He had a massive golden cross like a rapper. And I thought, like a middle-aged white rapper, but still, okay, good. And I thought, maybe this is God calling me. And then I thought, no, I passed this time. And I'm glad, because, you know, if I become a cardinal, then you happen to be colleague with some not so nice people. Like, if I say Cardinal Pell, do you know him? Have you ever heard about him? It's a famous cardinal in Australia, because he was sentenced to 7 years in jail. Wow, 7 years, why? What did he do? Maybe he hosted illegal immigrants in his church? That's great, illegal, but great. No, I'm trying to find a nice way in English to say this. How do you say in a nice way when someone raped an altar boy in a church after the Mass? After the Mass! Come on, how? That's burn. I mean, I go to church every Sunday. After the Mass, your libido is so low. You never have this. No, really, how can you be so horny? I've never even seen a married couple when when Mass is over saying, oh, darling, this is our song, yeah. Are you having the same thought? Yeah. Should we go ahead? No, we are relaxed, we are in peace. I don't know. So just saying, luckily, I know I'm Catholic, but not a cardinal, and I'm also married. So if there's any single lady, if you were fancy me, please keep fancy me, because I will say no, but I would like to know what I'm missing out. I might need some temptation, and I resist to temptation, but I would like to know, because you know I was virgin for a while, so okay, well, no secrets, no dignity. Dignity is so overrated when you are on stage. Give me a cheer if you lost your virginity when you were 28 years old. Yeah. That's okay. I said 28 because it sounds better than 30. 30 sounds more accurate. But that's okay. I don't even like the expression to lose virginity, because I remember exactly where I left it. I mean, it's not like once I lost my phone and I don't know what I remember. I remember the bedroom, it was afternoon, I selected the music playlist, Beatles. I wanted it to happen on Michelle, because I'm romantic. And that was clumsy, it took me a bit longer, so it happened on Eleanor Rigby, which is still it's a great song, but it's depressing. There's, you know, if you know the song, there's Father Mackenzie hanging around with his socks, doesn't really help. I still remember. It wasn't long ago, but I still remember. But, you know, but that's good, because I had also a plan when I was still a bit single and virgin. I thought if I go to Japan and I study Japanese and I move there, I will find a girlfriend. I know, that's a clever plan. It could have worked. But I didn't go to Japan because I planned the trip, but then there was the Fukushima earthquake. Do you remember? That was bad. I mean, for an earthquake, it was great. I mean, it's a legend in the league of earthquakes because it combined earthquake, tsunami, and a nuclear disaster. But for human beings, that was pretty bad. And I'm hypochondriac. I'm fine with gluten, I'm okay with the dairy, but nuclear radiation. No, highly intolerant. I cannot have a radioactive meal, for example. I would die. And so I cancelled the trip. And a friend from my church, they know about the plan, and they said, oh, look, have you heard the news? Yeah, no, it's bad. And they said, you know, I think that this is a message of God for you not to go to Japan. So God killed 30,000 Japanese because he didn't want me to do that. That's how much he loves me. I mean, just kill one Japanese. Make me find one dead Japanese on my doorstep with a sign, don't go there, God. I mean, it's still a message, and like a Da Vinci Code for beginners. You know, an easy one. I print my boarding pass, pack my stuff, open the door, see the message, close the door, call the police, something, you know, but That's okay, that's how much he loves me. And sometimes I'm worried that Brexit is another message of God for me to leave the UK. Maybe he wanted just to send me a direct message on Facebook. You know when you make a mistake and you write on the wall for everyone to read? That's what happened. It could be. But you know, that's nice. I leave you with another little secret. I have a penis. I will not show you because it's a crime. But he looks like me, bald with a little beard and big veins when he's happy. And you know, it's such a nice. He happens to be Catholic and claustrophobic, and he doesn't like the rubber dress. He thinks it's joking, and I keep telling him just relax. And he relaxes a little bit too much and ruins the magic. But you know, such a nice, even in those hard days when I was single, he was my role model. He would wake up full of hope and optimism for no reason. Like, Luca, what's gonna happen today? Porridge?
Great stuff. So guys, first row, where are you guys from? Are you all from Italy? Apart from Chris? Which city are you from, sir?
Brescia.
Brescia. Nice start. Anyone else from Brescia?
Yeah.
No. Two people here. Sad. Where about you guys? Where are you from? Italy? Milan. Milan. Nice. What's your city famous for? And what else? Anything else in Milan that is famous? Anyone here from Milan? Wow, really? Where are you guys from? Is everybody from Sicily? Palermo? Where are you guys from? From people from Milan? Raise your hand. Milano? Who's from Milano here? Nobody. Puglia? Oh, there you go. Ciao, bello. There's no English people, you can just talk in Italian now. But I'm from a very small town, Barletta. Do you guys know Barletta? You do, right? So my city is famous for nothing. Nothing, just criminality. Criminality. And I used to live in Milan. I used to live here in Milan. And I remember, I used to live very close to Via Monte Napoleone, no? It's like a very rich place, very different from the place where I grew up, you know? Via Monte Napoleone is a bit of a difference, you know? I remember I've seen things in Milano I've never seen before in my life. Like people wearing helmets when they drive scooters. Seatbelts on in the car when you drive. What's that? We don't have that in Bari, right? We don't. We have some seatbelts. We have wireless seatbelts. You know? Just don't use them. A coffee in Milan is like €3. A coffee in my town is like 40 pence. So I wasn't feeling comfortable. I was missing home so much. And to solve the problem, I just moved to Napoli. Now I feel perfectly safe again, guys. But yeah, we have another comedian. Are you guys ready for the second comedian of the night? Yeah! Yeah, from the back. Yeah, sleeping. Are you guys ready? Here? First row, second row, are you ready? Yeah? So, now, I want a big favor from this gentleman. We're gonna start a round of applause from this guy to the last guy. Can we do that? Should we do like a domino thing? Let's try that. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, second row. Second row, everybody, everybody.
Big round of applause for Marco, everybody. Big round of applause. Stop it. So good. You stop it. Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, good. Okay. Very well, very well. I'm a comedian and a musician, so whatever is not funny is lyrics for my songs. Okay. I was here. Pretty good. Good mic. Okay, so I was here in May. I don't know if you remember. Okay, and I had an injury, and it was a bit of a problem because I went to the hospital and I really wanted to get a wheelchair, but I couldn't get it. They gave me crutches instead. You know, wheelchair instead of crutches. You know, and they're both useless when you break your wrist. Anyway, so I was born as a mistake. It was a mistake. My father was a magician, and you know, it was on stage, and the moment he had to extract the rabbit, I came out. I came out, so he kept me, he fed me carrots, and we had a good life. We had a good life together. I've discovered I also had a grandfather, very good, very good person, very nice guy. He taught me how to drink. He always told me, please, Filippo, drink. Drink? Drink because it gives you confidence, gives you more confidence when you drive. And true, it's very true. I woke up when the police stopped me, I had more confidence to talk to them. I come from Lecco. Does anybody know Lecco? Anybody Lecco? People from Lecco are also called leccatori. I don't know if you know that. That is an inside joke, is it for me? Anyway, I come from Lecco. I've been coming from Lecco for many years now, and it's very important to be from Lecco, especially if you are from Lecco. So in Lecco there are many problems, many different problems. Trains are on time. It's the people who are late, so the trains have to wait for the people. Then there are young people. A lot of young people are overqualified. They're overqualified for jobs, so they can't find work because they know too much. Teachers don't understand them. Work givers don't understand them, so they go abroad to look for work. But even then it doesn't work because they're too late for meetings because they're Italian. Okay, that was my introduction on Lecco. Yeah. So other problems though in Lecco, racism. We have a lot of racism. We have so much racism. We don't know where to put it because there are 10 immigrants. So we don't know where to put this, and 5 of them are racists themselves. So we don't know where to put the racism. I've read this thing that Italians believe that there's like 31% of immigrants in Italy. It's not true. There's 9%. It's about 30%. It's like 1 out of 3. It's like qui può qua. No, you know, I don't know the name in English. I know you're all Italian here, so it makes no sense that I'm also speaking in English to you. But anyway, that's another story. We will talk about that another day. It's like 1 out of 3 are immigrants. It's like one is an immigrant, which is impossible because they're fictional characters. And on top of them, they're ducks. So really, this guy really loves it. You're alone in this! Okay, so no, really, I have nothing against ducks. I have nothing against immigrants, nothing against ducks. I'm okay with ducks emigrating. I'm fine with ducks, really. Also, if you think about it, if you know geology, well, you are okay. Can I make an impression of this gentleman here? Are you watching a French movie without subtitles? What's going on? Italy is geologically different from the rest of Europe, 100% different. Because many millions of months ago, Italy decided, I'm going, I'm taking a boat, I leave Africa, I go towards Switzerland. Switzerland was flat. No, and Italy goes on a boat, then a bit of a schettino situation. It crashed against Switzerland, Alps come up. And this made Swiss people very rich because they take your money and they hide it under the Alps now. And also they build the Swiss people, they build this, what do? They dig holes and they make antimatter, which is the opposite. He's a comedian. He's trying, you're not gonna make me lose this, I got this, man. I got it. Negative influenced by the other comedians. I know what they're doing there. I don't even know if it's true, but I think I know who you are. So anyway, no, they make this. They make antimatter in Switzerland. Antimatter is the opposite of matter, so it's nothing. And so these Swiss people, they dig holes so that they can shoot nothing everywhere. That's because they're neutral. That's because the Swiss people... Okay, this died. Fantastic. Okay, thank you. So... okay, so what was I talking about? Ah, yes. I'm Italian. Hey! Are you Italian? I'm Italian. I self-identify as an English speaker, though. I love the English language. Beautiful language is the language of Shakespeare, the language of Beckett, the language of Madonna, the language of Molière, if you're translating from French. And I always love the English language. Of course, I've learned the English language because of a woman. I was looking for a secret language she wouldn't understand, so I would get rid of her. I moved to England when I was 18 because my English was too good for Italy. And I sort of ran away from home, but I'm Italian, so my mother came with me. And I moved to London. I was there for a bit. You know, like, are you gay? Okay. And no, but that's the first year. The second year, I went to university. Universities in the UK are very expensive. They're even more expensive now. They were not as expensive before because they were investing on weapons of mass destruction. It gives a good cash flow, and now you can't do that. It's immoral. So you know. You can't do that. And throughout my stay at university, I was working. I had to support myself because I had to work. I had to work in a French restaurant as a French waiter. So that the customer would come in.
Hi there. I'm not doing an English accent, but I hope they will not notice. Anyway. Tell me more about your culture.
But I'm Italian. I love pizza. I love pasta. I come 50 kilometers away from Milano. 30 kilometers away from Bergamo. 5 kilometers away from xenophobia. I love it.
Okay. I am no longer relevant for the purposes of this joke.
So I studied anthropology. Is anybody? Okay, so nobody knows. Anthropology is, there was a sign in front of my department that said, anthropology is the most scientific of the humanities and the most humanistic of the sciences. You can have great careers with anthropology. You can work in an NGO. You can save refugees, save the whale. You can work in a bank. You can work as a filmmaker. You can work as a Bollywood actor impersonator. You can work starting fights between dogs in Papua New Guinea. You can learn to play soccer in a Brazilian beach, or you can become an anthropologist. Which includes all of the previous careers that I've talked to you about. Okay, yeah, you moved your arms. It's not bad at all. So anyway, what's going on there, Gary? I can't do anything about it. Just blonde hair. I can't do the impression of blonde hair. I can't do it. Oh my God, climate is changing. Climate is changing. My God, this climate is so moody. One day it's hot, the other day it's cold. I don't know what to do about this. It's not even a joke. It's just what it is. Really, I believe climate is changing because it's moody and every day is different and every day is a new day. But I actually also think that climate is changing, is going bad because of bad music. If every time on the radio there is, I don't know, Anna Tatangelo. One name, Anna Tatangelo. The radio waves You know, here, people are okay.
What happened here? What happened? What happened?
Please, already I'm dying here, so please don't disturb the people. No, I'm joking, of course. Come in. So every time the radio waves, everything is okay. You listen to one at a time, or some of you like it. I have no problem with that. But the radio waves go, and they propagate, and they go to the Arctic Pole. And in there, polar bears, they hear this thing, and they get so upset. They get so angry, and then they start heating up. And they get so, and they heat, and they melt all the ice around them. They're so warm. And they melt all the ice around them, and then they fall. Of course, they fall into water inside a plastic bag, and they die. And they paid €1 for this plastic bag. So this is what I think. I'm pro Greta. I'm happy about Greta. Greta has to live. She has to live. Yet. Got it. Okay. So no, I'm happy. Like, you know, I'm a millennial, which doesn't make me any different from you. We're all fucked. But you know, like, I was born in an age without the internet, and then when I became 18, 19, I had to look for work with the internet, which of course was never going to work. And these new generations, I'm sure they're great. They're going to save the world. I am so sure. You know, maybe they're going to be cyborgs. They're not going to have any emotions, but they're going to save the world. And I'm so used to see, you know, young people always on their phones, always on their tablets. I saw a little child on a window in a car, and he was like playing with the fog, with the humidity on the. Yeah, he was playing, and I looked at it. I was like, oh my God, he must be sick because he's having an imagination, and I don't know what is happening right now. But I think things are changing. We don't even realize, but it could be worse. I could be wrong. Anyway, I could be wrong, yes. So, do we have any Australians here?
By chance that there are any Australians
here? Of course, I was not listening for the entire duration of the show before. Okay, I was in Australia and I saw this one thing, and this is how I'm going to leave you. I saw this one thing I've never seen before. I saw an Italian kangaroo. I'll show you.
I don't pay taxes. Oh, I can't fight. Oh no, I can't fight.
Thank you very much.
That was weird. You guys enjoy it? Yeah? Yes. Welcome to the people at the back. Welcome. Were you late? Are you Italians? Of course you are. Of course, always late. Okay, we got one more comedian for the first half, and we're gonna have a competition in the audience. Are you guys ready for a competition? So, we're gonna split the audience in two. This is the right side, and from you, that's the left side. Right side, I just want you to scream when I raise the mic. Are you ready? Right side, only the right side. Woo! Something like that. Alright, let's try this again, alright? I'm glad we're not recording this. Alright, right side, are you ready? Yeah? Well done. Left side, you just need to clap your hands. So just relax, alright? You ready? The right side is much stronger. La destra in Italia è più forte. I heard that. So shall we try this again? I think the right side won the game, right? Let's try again. Let's give it another chance. They are just, you know, very quiet and old people on the left side. Guys, ready? Yeah! Energy. Now, for the next comedian, we're gonna do these two things together. Okay? So it's just his third time doing comedy in English, so be nice and kind. He comes from Pisa, very nice place. So I want you to welcome on stage, Salvatore Zappia!
Thank you everybody, thank you so much. So tonight I would like to speak about compulsive obsessions. I chose this topic because I can pronounce very well these words. It's not a joke, it's real. No, it was a joke. And who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah, don't leave me alone, please. Probably you don't know that this is the name. You know what I'm talking about. I call it OCD, that means obsessive compulsive disorder, because it's quicker. And the OCD is that voice that pops out in the less appropriate moments and tells you that you really should do that thing. And it's false. You shouldn't. There is really no reason why you should wash your hands after you just washed your hands. No reason. No reason, unless you are doing a surgical operation in an hospital in Burkina Faso or in Napoli. There is no reason to do it. The OCD is that things that happens when you park your car and you go to your dating center very quickly because you're late, and after 300 meters pops out the voice, "Are you sure that you closed the car?" I don't know why my OCD voice has something erotic, but one disease at a time. And you think, yes, I'm sure, of course I'm sure, I always close the car, there is no reason. Okay, so enjoy your date. And you remain there, like an idiot, just trying to remember. You remember the beep beep of the remote control, or the key turning inside the car if you are very poor. But your brain is going crazy. You are maybe superimposing memories, and probably the beep beep that you remember didn't happen a few minutes ago, but an hour ago, yesterday, last week. Maybe it never happened. Maybe you are in the Matrix and you're dead. You are absolutely confused. So you go to check to the car, and of course the car was closed, and you go back to your date. But you do all this without thinking, because you just think that you're late, and when you are in the same point of before again, are you sure? You're not sure at all. And to that date, you arrive with a fucking hour late. This is the OCD. These are the compulsive obsession, and I have many of those. There is one that is very popular, it's a classic for us in the club, that is, I call it the search for symmetry. That means that when you do something with a part of the body, you have to do it with the other part too. I know you're there. Don't hide. Raise your hand if you have it. Or both your hands if you prefer. Okay, two people. Okay, I have this very often, and once it happened to me in the elevator to go on the top of the Eiffel Tower. That is you're very packed. It's like a Japanese subway in the rush hour, and I had this fat, sweaty American guy behind me pressing me. I felt the fat sticking out from the body. He wanted to eat me for direct observation. It wasn't a small, it's not a contact. And in front of me I had this old Chinese lady with a tourist hat. And she was so old that I was afraid to touch her. She could decompose. Probably to go on the top was the last wish before dying. And because I'm very respectful of the Chinese lady's last wishes, I didn't want to touch her, and I had to resist to this pressure. And so I grabbed with my left hand the railing, the iron railing of the elevator, and suddenly, hey, even the right hand seems so wishful to touch some iron. And I was like, no, I can't turn, I can't. Okay, but don't you miss that cold and hard sensation on your fingers? Yes, of course I feel it, but I can't move. I can't really move. So for staying in that situation, I had to unnaturally extend my right hand to the other railing of the elevator, and I ended up in this very gay version of the Titanic scene with the fat guy whispering, "Do you trust me?" This is the OCD. And I have one that is very, very strange. I feel like a wire behind my back connected me to some point at the infinite, with all the consequences of this, because when I turn on myself, I have to turn back, otherwise I twist. And yes, thanks for this wireless mic, by the way. I feel the wire anyway, and it was terrible because when I was talking with someone, at some point it happened that I felt twisted. I felt that I turned on myself in past, and I could not listen to anything, and I was saying things like, "Oh yeah, it's very interesting what you're saying, but what do you think if we talk about it in that place there, or maybe not if you don't want." Sorry. And I had another one that was very dangerous. While I was driving my scooter, I was 14, 15, and on a straight road, maybe at night, the voice came out, and I swear it's true. "What do you think to close your eyes for 10 seconds? The difficult part was not telling to my mom how I ended up in that ditch. The difficult part was telling her how I ended up in that ditch for the second time. This was much more difficult. I remember when I discovered on internet that what I have is a proper disease. There is a Wikipedia page where it is defined like a chronic disease refractory to any kind of therapeutic intervention. Even if later I discovered that this is bullshit, you just need to smoke enough weed, but that time I didn't know it. And below there was all a list of rituals that we do, and there was everything. Aligning the nearby objects on a surface, or raise and lower the volume of TV and radio, or enter always a room with the same food. At the end, I was glad that I didn't miss any of those. It was beautiful, and I remember also that I discovered that we are not so few. We are more than the 2% of population. But we are a silent minority. No one talks about us. We don't have an OCD pride. We don't have discos where we can meet and fuck together without having to explain why we count both right and left for symmetry. We don't have apps where we can meet and do the stairs 3 by 3 together. We don't have all these. We have to hide continuously. And we are very good in hiding. You never see us in like, for the obsessive of the tights, of the lines between the tights. No, you will never see us in like, and so I'm pregnant. Oh, that's great. You will never see things like that. We hide continuously, but sometimes it is not so easy to hide because, for example, I had a relationship many years ago, and with this girl, and we lived together for a while. And it was terrible. It was terrible because I saw her watching me while I was turning on the light with my left hand, and then turning off with the right hand, and then turning on again with both hands, and then turning off with the nose. I saw her watching me like I was crazy. And once I had the proof because she came to me and she said, "Honey, I don't want to, but is it possible that sometimes while you walk inside the house you turn on yourself like you have a wire behind your..." A wire behind my... like I have a wire. No, it's your impression, why? And she went like, "Yeah, but you do even other strange things, like, For example, when you brush your teeth, you keep a timer close to you and, honey, this is strange. You watch me brushing my teeth. Yes, but you don't do it normally. You measure the time to wash the right and left part, and otherwise, how do I know they are the same white? Some people is strange. Anyway, the problem is that she didn't take me for a fool. She made fun of me for months. It was terrible. Until one day, while she was treating me like retarded for the 100th time, I gave her a slap. And it is not something which I'm proud, of course, and I don't know why I did it. I didn't slap anyone before, even less a girl, and I felt really guilty, and I apologized in every way, and I cried, and I think that she even could forgive me if I didn't slap her with the other hand too. It was an impulse. What I'm trying to say is that we don't come out because we are afraid that you could make fun of us. And I dream of a world where every OCD person can go to his father and say, "Dad, you're right, I'm different. And so what? Think about it. Am I the fool who am careful not to stab the lines between the tiles, or you who don't care and every time you risk that an invisible blade cuts your foot in half?" After all, we are simple persons. We just enchant looking at life like an old recorder enchants, but this is just because we want to undermine the system, or we want to create holes in the net of our daily routine. I like to say it like this: the psychiatrists are much less romantic. They say that we have a bug in our brain due to the anxiety of this modern society. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that I really should go to check if I close my car. Thank you so much.
Così oggi un po' brutti, tutti italiani.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you still there? Yeah! Are you still there? Yeah! So give it up for Marco Di Vito! Hello guys, welcome back. How are you? What did you do? Did you drink in the break? What did you do? Who drank? Give me a shake if you drank something. Yeah! Cheers guys, good stuff. So guys, do you guys like TV series at all? TV series, you watch Netflix? Woo! TV series? Yeah? What's your favorite TV series? Who cheered? Girl at the very back. What's your favorite TV series?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Good choice, I love that. Rick and Morty. Ooh, Rick and Morty fans in the room. What about Breaking Bad? Do we like Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad. My favorite one is actually, you like Breaking Bad? Yeah! You watched the movie? Oh, I'm gonna spoil the movie for you. So Jesse Pinkman dies in the end. I'm joking. He doesn't die, he's still alive. Walt is still alive as well. My favorite TV series is Game of Thrones, of course. How do you call it? Trono di Spade in Italian, isn't it? Trono di Spade. Do you guys watch it? Yeah, fans. You know, because my life in London is like Game of Thrones. 8 years in London, 8 seasons. The first 5 years, were great. And then a crazy blonde woman came into my life, like Jon Snow, and destroyed it. So I think my life is pretty much like Game of Thrones, so I'm single now. Yeah, you're like, yeah, we're not surprised. Then the other one that's looking at me like, yeah, of course you're single, you're a piece of shit. What's your name, lovely lady? Rosalba. Are you single? You're married. Okay, that's why you're sad. Any single people in here? Raise your hand. Single people? One guy? Who's Teresa, of course. All couples in here? Really? Liars. Come on, who's single here? Raise your hand. Single people. I know you're single, guys. Don't lie. I know you. Well, it's crazy, isn't it? You could move. You wanna swap? But it's fine, you know, I'm explaining to you why I'm single. I'm single because my girlfriend left me 2 weeks ago. One person, Rosalba. The only person that likes me here. Italians are, yeah, we don't care. Yeah, she broke up with me 2 weeks ago. See, in England, they will go, oh. In Italy, again, nobody cares. That's good. That's fine. They're probably like, yeah, you probably cheated on her, you know. And she left me, but the reason why she left me is crazy. She left me because I didn't have a car. Can you believe? It's a stupid reason, isn't it? So now she's with someone with a nice car. I see their photos on Instagram and Facebook. They're always traveling around. So every time I'm listening to the radio and I'm watching the TV and there is a car accident reported, you know. I hope it's them. Yeah, I truly do. But guys, we have 3 more comedians in the second half. Are you ready for this? Are you?
I finally found out the courage to come out to my parents. Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it. You know, I finally went there and I said, Mom, Dad, I am a comedian. Oh, they didn't take so well. No, they didn't. You know, my mom was like, a comedian? I just thought you were gay. Can't you just be gay? Like, every normal person, you know? It's my fault. Did I hug you too much when you were kids? It's my fault, right? And my dad was furious. He was like, at least stay here, you freak. I don't care what you do out there with your weird friends, but as long as you live in this house, you're going to behave normally, okay? That shit is unnatural, okay? But Dad, it's just who I am. Get out! So, I moved to London. I moved to London to follow my dreams, right? To London. Do you know that actually London, the name London is actually Latin? Did you know that? Yeah? It's a very antique, the name is actually Londonium. Yeah, it's a very old term meaning, fuck your dreams. That's what it means. Yeah, I think it's very appropriate actually. Because you know, you move to London and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be the greatest musician in the world. And after 2 years you're like, you know what? I'm gonna kill myself. So that tomorrow I don't have to pay the rent of this house, ironically as big as a coffin and as expensive as a funeral. But you know, what are you gonna do? You're there, right? And I moved to London and the only result I can say today is that I am broke. Any broke people here tonight? Yeah. Hey, alright guys, I'm gonna make you feel better. Okay? Because even though you think you're broke, your situation is never going to be as bad as mine. Because you see, I'm an Italian living in London, and I'm broke in euros. In pounds, I'm homeless. There's a difference, okay? And also, it's not the only problem. The first problem is my name, guys. I live in England, and my name is Tiziano. I got a friend, Jonathan. I call him John. He calls me Tiz. Yeah. And this about the language has been a problem for a very long time, guys. I mean, I don't know what job do you do? But it's like, I mean, I will never forget the first job interviews in English. I will never forget them. Like, there was always the, like, very posh guy who was like, alright then, for this position, we're gonna need someone very good at communicating with people in order to, you know, promote our agency at the best. Please, tell me something about yourself. I have brown eyes, 2 eyes. I am 52, come cazzo si dice? 25 years, io, old. E Luca is my friend. Luca e Antonio, 2 friends. 2, like my eyes. Alright then, here are your CV. I see that you experienced a few agencies in Italy, but you're very young. Please, let me ask you something. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yes. Yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 years? No, 25 years. 25 years. And 2 eyes. But it was traumatic, guys. It was a trauma. But something I realized recently is that you gotta study the language, guys, because when English people talk to you, you better understand what they say. You know why? Because they're going to check if you understood. In the middle of every single conversation, at some point, the average English person will say, do you know what I mean? Every time it happens, I have a panic attack. Panic attack. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what you mean. What is that? Was that mysterious? Do you know what I mean? No, if there are any English people, I'm telling you now before you ask me. No. I don't know what you mean. Okay? Just tell me, because you may be confused. Even if I think I understood, then you go, do you know what I mean? And I get confused, I get doubtful. Every conversation, like, my dog, my new dog, I love him so much. I love him, I took him home, and he's amazing, I love him so. So, you love the dog. Yeah, but I mean, I love him, he loves me back. He's like a person. So, you guys love each other, that's okay. Yeah, but I love him, he loves me back. He's like a person. Do you know what I mean? Are you having sex with your dog? I mean, it's a weird country, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it's like, but apart from the English trauma at the beginning, I'm passionate about language. I like languages. The news of the month is this. I'm studying French, everybody. Woo! I'm studying French, everybody. Woo! Thank you. No, anybody speak French? There you go. Is that? Hi, dude. What's your name, man? Mauricio. So, is that a good level? French. Yeah? Alright. I just started, so don't expect much. The other day I was talking to a French lady, and at some point I said to her, Je mange une orange, which means I'm eating an orange. Now, I didn't say it because I needed to. I said it because it's the only French sentence that I remember. She only asked me what the station was. But that's the point, because straight after I learned the sentence, Je mange une orange, I just realized I didn't need to study any further. I just needed to buy an orange and hold it in my hand all the time. And if I go to Paris, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna walk in the street enjoying the lovely view with an orange in my hand, and if anybody asks me anything, I'll just go, oh, je mange une orange. And if they keep asking, I'll go, oh, je mange un putain d'orange, which means I'm eating a fucking orange. And then I walk away. And that person will think, that guy is an idiot. But I can't prove that he doesn't speak French. And that's a win for me, everybody. That is a win. Okay, I win. Yes! Anyway, about English language, I don't have anything wrong. Just, something that I miss. You know what I miss? I miss when I couldn't understand like every single words. You know why? Because I used to sing like beautiful songs that I couldn't understand the meaning of. But now that I know the meaning, I can't enjoy them. because I know the meaning and I picture the scene, what is happening. Like, you know the song by Beatles? Yeah? How was that? Like, you say yes,
I say no.
you say stop,
I say go.
go, go. You say goodbye and I say hello, hello, hello. It's a beautiful song, really. But now I know the meaning of the words. So I picture the scene and I can't enjoy it anymore. Women, imagine that you're trying to break up with your guy. Okay? And you go like this. Alright, it's over. Goodbye. And he goes, hello! Well, I said goodbye. And I said hello! Hello, hello! I don't know why you said goodbye. And I said hello! Stop. Go, go, go! Beatles are so overrated. Anyway, guys, maybe I'm saying all this stuff just for one reason. Climate change is a big problem. No? Yeah, I think it's true. Because, you know, we live in London and we can really notice that, right? Because one day it's raining, one day it's sunny, and the day before, again, it's strong. You know, the other day, an English friend told me, like, he said this to me. He said, if you don't like London's weather, wait a minute. Because it's always changing, right? But I think they should change the saying into, if you don't like London's weather, it's normal. And if you like it, you're a vampire. Stay away from my neck. That's what I would say. But I think that Greta is right. Do you know what Greta is? Get out for Greta, everybody. Greta Thunberg. For the ones who don't know who she is, I'm telling you now, she's a 16-year-old Swedish girl who left the school to protest against the politicians ignoring the climate change issue. She said, why should I study if there is no future? And I think that's very brave. Really, she's my hero. But I also think, at this point, she'd better hope that there is no future. She left the school. So, if there is future, the planet is going to be fine. But she's going to be the only illiterate on it. Like 10 years from now, the journalists will finally go mental about her. They'll go like, Greta, this is amazing. The politicians finally forbid the use of plastic. Everybody's here for you. They are calling you the next Nelson Mandela. What do you think? I don't like basketball. Why do I talk about Greta? Because I love her. Really. I truly believe that we have so much to learn from her. Not about this protesting thing. Do you know how many times I tried to leave my school? She actually convinced her parents that leaving the school was a good idea. She's a genius. She didn't give a fuck about the climate change. She just wanted to skip the school days, I'm telling you. I can picture her. She was like at home so bored. She was doing like this very boring problem. She was like, alright, Kevin has 1 dog. Tom has 3 dogs. How fucking depressing is Sweden? Oh my god, I can't even go outside. Look, it's been raining all day, and yesterday was sunny, and then raining again. What's happening? Wait a minute. Mom, Dad, I need to save the planet. Fuck this shit. She's a genius. I tried so many times to skip the school days that eventually my mom stopped believing me, even when I was actually sick. Right? Once, a mosquito bit me, and I told her that I got malaria. But then, later on, for real, I got kidney stones. You know what they are? Just the most painful thing you can guess. It's just terrible. That's why I was screaming on the ground, just screaming so much, and she was like, you don't expect me to believe this, do you? And I was like, yes, please, take me to, I don't know what this is, but take me to a hospital, do something, please help me. And she was like, so, this week you had malaria, tuberculosis, an abortion, and now this? Give me one reason why I should believe you. I don't know, climate change? Guys, you have been incredible. I really hope that you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
let's talk about something positive, shall we? Yeah? Let's talk about dreams. You think, guys, if you can dream it, you can do it. Do you know this quote? Se puoi sognarlo, puoi farlo. You know who said that quote? Do you know who said this quote? Well done, you all know this. Wow, great crowd. Walt Disney said that, and I think it's fucking bullshit. Let's do a test. How many people in here actually achieved their dreams in the audience? Raise your hand. You see? You see? It was wrong. For instance, girl in the third row, what was your dream when you were a kid? Your biggest dream? Go wild. Actors, musicians, whatever. In a zoo? Working in a zoo? That's a nice dream. Let's have a round of applause for the dream of Sorry? Katarina. Okay, nice stuff. And did you achieve your dream to work in a zoo? Unfortunately not, like everybody in Adobo. That's why you hear on a Saturday night just listening to Italian people talking in English in front of other Italian people. I think that's crazy because I think the secret of happiness is just to be a pessimist. You know, just expect the worst always so you're never disappointed. Don't you think? Do you think it's a good way to live your life? Because I remember when I was probably 8 years old, my teacher asked me, so Marco, who do you want to be when you grow up? You know, who do you want to become? And I've always been like a very dark kid. I remember going home and thinking deeply of this question. I was like, what do I want to be? I want to be a football player. But let's be honest, Marco, you will never be a football player. So thinking, I finally had an answer. So the day after, I went to school and I said to the teacher, I want to be Batman. And she was like, what? You want to be a billionaire? Or you like superheroes? And I said, no, I just want my parents to die. Parents, Batman's parents, right? Cool, thanks. I think this deserves a round of applause, so I just want to raise it. What I'm trying to say is that Walt Disney is a piece of shit. And if so many kids grew up disappointed and angry, it's because of Walt Disney. Some people, some crazy and stupid people, even think that they can be president of the United States. So what I'm trying to say is that we have Trump just because of Walt Disney and the fucking quote. That's my point. Guys, are you ready for the next act?
Yeah.
Wow. They're not ready, guys. Let's just finish this. Are you ready?
Yeah!
We have a very special guest. Please welcome on stage the great Daniele Fabri, ladies and gentlemen. Daniele.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm Daniele, I'm from Rome. And I have to tell you, being in Italy, performing in a foreign language makes me feel so international, but still I'm very nervous about it, because every time I perform in English, I'm getting nervous about my English, my pronunciation. If I realize I'm start talking weird, you're not laughing, deep sadness starts to squeeze my heart and makes me cry. Or shit my pants, depending on the surprise. Tomorrow your friends will go, hey, how was the show last night? Oh, the guy from Rome, amazing. Bad English, shit everywhere. So typical Italy. And I like to feel international. You know, I'm the classic Italian guy who hates his country and likes everything about other countries. Have you ever been in Berlin? Give me a high. I've been there 2 years ago. The first thing I noticed in Berlin, bicycles. In Berlin, everyone rides a bicycle and they take it very seriously. They're proud of it. You see, every person in Berlin riding a bicycle is telling you, I want my city to be green, I want my city to be the best city in the world. In Rome, where I come from, every person riding a bicycle is telling me, I don't want to live anymore. I'm just not brave enough to give it up by myself. Please kill me or I will drive you crazy in the traffic. I've never been in Amsterdam and I would like to, because a few weeks ago I read this news about Amsterdam. The mayor ordered to stop guided tours in the red light district. Apparently people were doing guided tours in the red light district just to shoot photos and they had to stop it because it's not respectful to the sex workers. And I agree, appreciate. Amsterdam is my favorite city in the world, because I like a city telling people, hey, if you come here, you have to fuck someone, okay? If you want beach photos for free, just go on Instagram. Maybe I will have this trip my next birthday. By the way, I'm 36, I'm single, I'm not complaining, I'm fine, and also I was engaged 2 times in my life, and each time was 7 years long. You can think I'm a repeat offender, it's fine, but no, I was just lucky. They were very, very, very good relationship. I was lucky. They were truly good years for me. Not for my penis. For my penis, 14 years with just 2 girls, it's like a waste of potential. Waste of potential like going to Disneyland just to use the toilet. Which, by the way, is the only Disneyland place a penis can see. Of course, in a legal way. I'm not supposed to specify that. Some one of you was thinking, well, no, actually, why? If so, you're disgusting, and we should hang out. But it's fine to be single, actually. I'm fine. I had a lot of interesting experience. Best one, I think, 4 months ago, I received my first dick pic on Instagram. Yeah, yes. I was photococked. You're laughing, so now it's a real word. This guy saw my videos on YouTube and texted me, I'm funny, I saw the message, and I replied, thank you, sir, it's very appreciated. And he replied, you're welcome, sir. Please enjoy my personal penis portrait. I have to tell you, I was not bothered actually, I was more confused. Because there was a misunderstanding that I cannot handle. Just like, I walk on the street, I hit a guy accidentally on my elbow and he goes, hey, watch out, you nigger. It's tricky. It was not my first time a man trying to hit me on social media, and I have to tell you, they know I'm straight, they know I like women, but men, if they want to fuck you, they have to tell you, they don't care about what you want. But usually they act more classic, like they text me something like, I wish I was the guy in the audience in the first row so you can spit on me. You are my favorite comedian in the world, Louis C.K., suck your dick every night in my dreams, something like that. But it was my very, very first dick pic, and it was a trauma, actually. It was a little trauma, because I realized I have a problem. I hate the penis. I hate, I don't know how to talk about it. It's this weird little monster with no eyes, no mouth, no arms, with big head. This little folk American alien, And of course I'm talking also about my penis. Of course, I have a problem even with my penis. It's just a visual problem, okay? We have a good friendship, we have a solid friendship, we are fine. But I cannot literally see you. It's like having a very, very ugly friend. If someone sees us together, I feel quite embarrassed. Of course, if we had sex, I'm happy for you. We are friends. I empathize. Yeah. Okay, man. Yes, okay. You had sex last night. Good for you. Just don't tell me with that creepy face, please. And please driest line from your mouth was disgusting. I'm going too far? Maybe. Okay. Okay. You can relax. My time is over. I want just to leave with the last thing I want to tell you. I'm here in Milan by accident, but I'm single. I'm 36. It's Saturday night. You're welcome, ladies. Or gentlemen, because I'm 36, I cannot be that picky anymore. Thank you, guys.
Very important moment. One last comedian. Ready for this? Yeah. This is a very special moment. It's actually our first guest ever at Big Comedy here at Zelig. He's from Australia. Anyone here from Australia? No. We know that. You know you're from Milan, so you should be from Australia, right? Guys, be nice, kind, be very warm. He's a great, phenomenal comedian. He lives in London. Please, welcome on stage, Andy. Bye, ladies and gentlemen.
Love this show so far already. This has been fun. What do I want to talk about? I'll tell you that. I'll start with this one. I was told by the comedians backstage that I've got to speak really slowly for you. So if you don't understand, then maybe I speak like this for you. Va bene? Va bene. Okay. Si, capisci. Right? Is that right? I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Anyway, so I'll tell you what. Actually, the reason why I know a little bit of Italian is because I actually used to have an Italian girlfriend. But yeah, we broke up because dating my Italian girlfriend was exactly like pineapple on pizza. It doesn't work. It just didn't work out. So there you go. So here I am, single and free, traveling about the world doing comedy, right? Traveling about's really fun though. I live in London now and love living in London. But what I especially love about living in London is being asked where I'm originally from. Or as the people from London like to say it, where are you from? You know, because they think my English is so bad, they have to say from twice. So I tell you what, I understand the curiosity, so I'll answer their question every time because it brings up interesting conversation between me and these people that goes a little something like this. Oh, really? But I thought you were Vietnamese-ish? Filipino-ish? Chinese? So, you know, sometimes I like to flip the situation and then I ask the white people where they're from, and then they'll say London or England or something like that, and then I'll say, oh, really? But I thought you were Danish? Swedish? Racist? Glad you got that. Also, before I have to start, because I've been living in England for about a year and a half now, and before I came to England, I had to get new passport photos taken, right? So I went to the British Embassy in Sydney, sat down to have the new passport photos taken, and when the photos were taken, the girl behind the counter who took the photos told me this, that's great, but we're going to do some more shots, And in the next photo, could you please, sir, open your eyes bigger? There's one racist clapping in the crowd after. Oh, all of you are racist, yes, please. Open your eyes, open your eyes. Man, so, like, I mean, I just didn't give a fuck. I did not give one single fuck. I just played along. I just pretended to be angry. I was like, excuse me! And then she took the photo, job done. It was over. I have to walk through airports like this. Fucking insane. It's nuts. I was in New York also, in America, doing a few shows there quite a number of years ago. And I actually met this American after one of my shows there. And this American, he was like obviously very loudly, obnoxiously after the show telling me, "Ah! It's a good start, right? Ah! You're Australian? And you're Asian? Wow! You know, I feel international too. I'm actually from New York, but I'm actually Italian." Italian, yeah. You know, he sounds like the kind of Italian that puts pineapple on pizza, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so then he went on to ask me, "Do you speak any Italian?" And I was like, "Pochino." Just a few people impressed, fine. So then he proceeded to ask me this in Italian. Don't worry, one English person, it will be translated. So, this American Italian decided to ask me in Italian, "Allora, quale bandiera ti rappresenta di più?" Which means, what flag represents you the most? So I replied back in Italian, "La bandiera australiana, ma mare in Cina." And I said, "Fanculo," and I ran! He's probably part of the mob, I don't know. Oh man, hilarious. So that was that. You know, you seem like a pretty cool crowd. Show you a bit of skin, right? Because I've got tattoos. I've noticed also people in Italy love having tattoos on them. Do any of you? Mate, you've got a fucking tattoo right there. Anyone else got tattoos? They want to maybe show me that are cool or regrets? I don't give a fuck. I'll see them. It doesn't matter. I'll see your one. Your one looks like if the can you show everyone your tattoo? How cool is that tattoo, right? Can everyone see that? Keep it up, keep it up. It looks like the Illuminati took mushrooms and got lost. That's how much I love that tattoo. So I will now show you my tattoos, right? They're both on my shoulders, hidden behind clothing, right? Hidden behind my shirts because I'm still scared of my parents. So that is why they are there. Now, I'll talk about my right shoulder one first. Now, my right shoulder one, even though I was born in Australia, my family is originally from Thailand. So, when I went to Thailand for the first time, a few years ago, I decided to get this. Now, back row, I don't know if you can see this, but front row, bear witness, this does exist. Can you see that? Yeah? Cool? I'll just turn around over there. Can you see that? You there with the glasses? No? Okay, I'll come a little closer for you. Right? You see that? Yeah? Good. Now you can see it. Awesome. I'll just show everyone else. I don't know why I'm walking around like a disabled T-Rex. It's the only way I can show you. Yeah, check it out there. Like, there you go. So that's my tattoo, right? Anyway, so this on my right shoulder, the way you say this in the Thai language goes like this. "Shan put Thai ma dai," which means, I can't speak Thai. That's just a joke for me. I'm glad 35% of you laughed. Good. But I'll tell you this, right? I've got a friend of mine, there's a friend of mine who is a white girl who was born and raised in Thailand. She grew up in Thailand. So by the way, no matter what, her English is still good. I mean, I wish that she had a Thai accent because she would look racist all all the time. But anyway, look, I showed her the tattoo, right? I showed her the tattoo, and as soon as I showed her the tattoo, she told me, oh, no, Arnie. No. Oh, no, Arnie. That's wrong. You said I can't speak Thai like a girl does. She was like, you're a boy, a male. You're supposed to say, Pompud Thai Madai, not Shampoo Thai Madai. And I was like, I think you just proved the tattoo's point. Fucking weirdo. Now, my left shoulder one, very close to home for me, it's very nice. Maybe you guys know this word as well. So I went to a festival a few years ago and I decided, fuck it, you can get tattoos at this festival. I wanted to get this particular one here. So I'll come in a little closer for the front row, but here it is. Crippled T-Rex coming back to fucking have some fun. Look at this shit, huh? Can you see that? Yeah? You've got glasses, so you're fucking better. Good. You too as well. Can you see that? Yeah? Good. Yeah? Oh, I feel like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is brilliant, right? So, this, on my left shoulder, it says this word. The word is quent. Now, the word quent was used in the Middle Ages as an insult, a bad word. So, in medieval times, they used to use the word quent and insult each other. And then, with the evolution of humanity and the English language, it just these days now became the word cunt. Thank you! Cunt. Do we know the word cunt? As in Italy. Do we know cunt? It's a very lost reference on you, isn't it? It's a fun word, so use it to your will. Cunt. Or quint. I'm glad that was a lost reference. The first joke that didn't work out because you don't understand what cunt is. But trust me, if you ever go to Australia, it is a very nice, endearing word saying cunt to anyone in Australia. Trust me. Just say cunt to everyone and they will love you forever. Say cunt to someone in London, you'll get stabbed. So avoid that. See, that's just a little lesson for you guys. There you go. I gig around quite a lot as well. I do a lot of shows all over. And then sometimes I like to just be, I like to mess around. I like to joke around a little bit more than just this normal straight-up stand-up person. Because there was this one gig that I did where I decided to fool or prank the audience. Underdid my whole comedy set and a Scottish accent. Right, so from start to finish, for 5 minutes, I was talking about all my documents, masturbation, and all those things. Vulgar bullshit for 5 minutes. On and on. And so after the show, some of the audience came up to me and said, "Hey man, you're pretty funny." And I said, "Oh, thank you so much for coming to say that." Crazy ass bullshit. It was fun, it was really fun. That's all I wanted to say. Look, who has, okay, even though there were no Australians in the audience, that's fine, but who out of you here in Milan, in this room, rather, who's been to Australia before? No one. Fair enough, understandable. I guess your economy is becoming like what Greek used to be. Cool, so better not remind you about that, sorry. So, sore words. But that's fine. Look, even I found out, let's see if this fucking works, probably won't. This will be the slowest 5 minutes of your life. Strap in! So basically, even though, whether or not anyone has been to Australia from any part of the world, I've still seemed to have found people that if they've never been, they still have a favourite Australian animal. So if you all just now want to shout out your favourite Australian animals to me, I might tell you something about them. Anyone just shout out now, anybody, doesn't matter.
Platypus!
Platypus? Cool. What they did was, God did a shit, put his shit together, put it into the world. Next. Anyone else?
Kiwi!
The kiwi? That's a New Zealand bird, for motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Get your fuck. It's in the same region. I said Australia, not Antipodean. Different words. Next.
Spiders!
Spiders? You must be single. Fuck, okay. Fuck loves his spiders, little. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start talking about the koala first. Okay, so the koala. So who was that on the screen, by the way? Show yourself. Was that you? There you go. Sorry. Okay, great. I couldn't see. It's fucking light. Small eyes. Anyway, so remember? No. So this guy, right? So you said the koala was. Let's talk about the koala for a bit, because the koala, sir. I don't know if you know this fact, but it's a worldwide known fact that koalas have chlamydia. Did you know that? Did you know that? Woo. Is that your answer? Sounds like you used a condom with yours. Good job. Well done. But anyway, look, when we Australians found out that koalas have chlamydia, we decided to do research, put statistics on that shit. So I'll tell you what, Milan, when you go home, you can Google this fact, because it's true. We found out, look, that girl's on her phone, she's Googling it right now. Yeah, you're trying to find out how. So there you go. So anyway, so this is a worldwide known fact again when you get home. When you get home, Google this, because we Australians found out that 90% of koalas in Australia have chlamydia. 90%? It's a big number, isn't it? But it means the other 10% are virgins. That's one weird fact about koalas. Anyone else got a fact? I mean an animal for me. From Australia. Huh?
Quokka.
The quokka! Oh, I love the quokka so much. Okay, the reason why I love the quokka is this particular reason. The quokka is an Australian animal that lives on a small island that has a lot of tourists and humans going to all the time. So they're very used to human life. But they still look very similar to a possum. Do we know what a possum is? Do you have possums here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. So anyway, a possum, I like to relate, I sound very patronising, I'm sorry. You know what a possum is, children? So basically, I like to relate the quokka to a possum. The comparison is this. Because when you see a possum looks back at you like you've caught them having a wake. But with the quokka, because they are so used to human life, they could be having a wake, and then they look back at you and say, nice one, I take a photo, make it quick. I'm almost done, give me some food, I'm hungry. You know, they really love us that much, they'll do anything in front of us. Those quokkas are lovely. One more before I speak about my favourite Australian animal. Oh, the crocodile. Do you know what's more dangerous than a crocodile? A stingray. No one knows Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, are you just offended? I mean, look, he's my hero too, but come on, if a crocodile hunter gets stung by a stingray, it needs to be fucking spoken about, even though it was years ago. Lost reference? Cool, let's move on. Just edit that out? It's fine, well, I'm glad I said that. Well, I'll tell you about this then. Let's move on from the animal side of things, because having obviously been to Italy with my girlfriend at the time, and coming in quite a lot for gigs, and also I've got friends here in Italy as well. Man, Italy, I gotta tell you, I do love the concept of aperitivo. Only in a place like Italy would you think of a concept of eating before you eat. It's like, oh fuck, oh, I'm so full. What should we do now? Dinner. That doesn't sound like an eating disorder at all. I just imagine this is pretty much every day for an Italian, just the basic rundown of an Italian's day. You wake up in the morning, you have breakfast, then you have a snack, and then you have lunch, and then you smoke some weed, and then you have the munchies, and then you eat some more snacks, and then you eat out your girlfriend's pussy, and or you eat out your boyfriend's dick. Come on, you do whatever. Anyway, so you eat that, and then you have aperitivo, and then you have dinner, and then you reject your nonna's lasagna, which your nonna responds to that rejection by shoving the lasagna in your mouth with love and affection. And then you have more dinner, and then supper, and then you have a coffee, and then you have a mazza cafe. All before you go to sleep and dream about food. When does it end? really love aperitivo. The concept is the fucking best. Oh man. But also I'll tell you this as well, like when I arrived in Milan just actually there a couple of days ago, or yesterday rather, I came with my Italian friend, obviously, and he was telling me, man, you know, the food, he told me what I already know. He was just like, oh, the food here is so good. Let's go get a kebab. Really? I mean, don't blame me. That was my Italian friend's idea, like you just heard. You know, you've got to trust an Italian person to say that. It was literally like, let's go have a kebab. When obviously you expect Italian food or an Italian restaurant. It was just like, yes, we should go get a kebab. And then for lunch, Burger King. And then for dinner, ketchup on pizza. What? Just absolute blasphemy. It's pretty much a betrayal to all of his Italian disciples that gave him such good food. It's fucking crazy. So that was basically my day, having that food. But there's nothing funny. I just want to tell you about my day yesterday. That's it. But where should I move on to? So look, I do have to end soon, but I'll tell you a couple more things before I leave. So you heard my stage name, right? So my stage name is Army Pie. Now. I said that in a very racist way, sorry. It's a bit genetic. Anyway, so, Arnie Pie. Now, I don't know if you ever used to watch The Simpsons. You watch The Simpsons?
Yeah!
Les Simpsons, is that how you say it? Les Simpsons. Les Simpsons. So The Simpsons, you used to watch The Simpsons like me. Now, there used to be a character on The Simpsons called Arnie Pie, right? He used to be in the helicopter, Arnie Pie with Arnie in the sky, the helicopter traffic guy.
Armi e via vai!
How do you say it?
Armi e via vai!
Arnie via Pie?
Armi Pie e il via vai!
Arnie Pie e via vai. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, so fuck for that. Okay, cool. Sorry, celebration for just me, relax. So, Arnie Pie in the sky. So, that character's name used to be a nickname of mine in high school, primary. Everyone in school used to call me Arnie Pie all the time. So, when I started stand-up comedy, I decided to use that as a stage name because my real name, too hard to pronounce for anybody. Now, my real name is this. Arnold Lucharon Kit. Whoa. Yeah. Are you actually clapping for that? Fucking hell. Oh, that's because she looks Asian. Okay, cool. That's she is Asian, but I don't know. Yeah, she is great. But Lucharon Kit is very hard to pronounce for everyone in the rest of the world. So in school, my friends used to make fun of my last name, saying things that sounded like this. They would used to say, instead of Lucharon Kit, they would say, lunch kit. Right? Or, lick your own clitoris. I like that one too. Kind of rolls off the tongue. Do you know what Too dirty for you, fair enough. It's 20 minutes in and you just like hold the sex jokes for a little later. It's not after dark yet. I'm not a fan of this. But I'll end on one thing then. In that case, I'll talk to you about this. Because, look, sometimes, having been in this part of the world, I do miss Australia quite a lot, right? I do miss Australia a lot because I don't know if you know this about Australia, but we have this thing in Australia called the sun. And what happens is, in Australia, is when it's really hot, 3/4 of the year, we do this on a really hot day. It's a very simple thing. I don't know if you do this on a hot day, Italy, but when you want to cool yourself down, refresh yourself on a hot day, grab the front of your shirt, fan the front of your body. Have you done this before? Yeah? Yeah, a little bit here and there, cool. Or I mean, I've learnt in your case, Italians just take their fucking shirts off and show their fucking hair to the world, but that's just you, fair enough. But anyway, look, we do this on a hot day in Australia because we're civil. Anyway, on a hot day, we do this, but the problem is, people behind us think we're doing something completely different! It's fucking crazy, I'm just like there, going, oh god. Oh, so good. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, molto caldo, You know, like, fuck, that's basically what it is, all day. but ending on that lull is exactly how I expected my show to go in Italy. So, guys, thank you very much for giving me this experience. Thanks for the great night.
Segway, guys. Everybody from Australia, our special guest. That was the last comedian, so we're gonna call all the comedians of the night. Luca Giovanni, Tiziana Bella, Daniele Fabri, Filippo Toglianico, Salvatore Zappia. You did lovely, guys. Let's try this one more time. Let's do it. Guys, we're gonna ask you a favor. We're gonna take a selfie with you from the stage, and you need to follow our page on Instagram and Facebook, BeComedy UK, so you can grab your phone even now and just follow us. We're gonna be here on the 9th of November and on the 21st of December. So if you have fun, please come back, follow us